Hi everyone, Martha Ermias here coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio. How's everybody doing? Today is a new day and I have a mask, something that I'm just doing to spice it up a little bit and give it a little bit of fun today. I know that it's winter for most of us here, but this is kind of a full screen, but just doing this. Hi Mark, how are you? Hi Tolde. Nice to see you guys here. Thanks for joining me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Martha Ermias. I live in Columbus, Ohio. I have three passions. Entrepreneurship, personal growth, and contribution are my passions. And I'm doing Facebook Lives for about 20 minutes every single day, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do share different things on personal development, mindset, and entrepreneurship. And today, I would like to talk about business. We're going to talk about business today. So for those of you who are just joining in, thank you so much for coming in. Say hello. I would like to say hello to you. A lot of times as I'm doing Facebook Lives, I don't respond to comments, but I do like to go back and respond to you. So please go ahead and comment below, say hello, and I would like to interact with you. So I'd really appreciate that. So what I want to talk about today is, as I'm working my day-to-day life, and I come across a lot of people from different backgrounds, different professions, and a lot of times, people express to me that they want to start a business, they want to be their own boss, they want to, lead a different life, but at the same time, a lot of people are hesitant or even scared to go that route because it's a big transition for them. Many people, as we know, are employees. They're not necessarily business owners, and there's so many uncertainty with becoming a business owner that people are a little bit fearful for. But I want to let's explore why a lot of people, more and more people, are wanting to be in business for themselves, and what's the reason? What's the advantage of being in business for yourself? Well, first of all, you get total freedom, okay? You get total freedom in terms of time, and you have flexibility of time, and also you have freedom of innovation. If it's your own business, then you get to do things based on your own innovation. So you get to create things. You become a creator as opposed to a follower, and that gives a lot of people a lot of satisfaction. So that's one thing. Good morning, Aman. How are you? And then the second thing is you also maximize your earning potential. When you're in business for yourself, you maximize your earning potential, because when you're an employee, there's a ceiling to how much money you can earn. If there's a specific position, there's going to be a limit. So your production, no matter what you're producing or how much you're producing, is most of the time not going to earn you more because you're not working for yourself. You may have to earn a different position, and that could be difficult or easy depending on the situation. But when you're in business for yourself, you get paid for your own production. So that's another reason why more and more people are wanting to be their own boss or have their own business. And then the third thing is, when you're an employee, and this is something that I personally experienced as well, sometimes, you don't really get the kind of recognition or appreciation that you deserve for the kind of production that you have. You may be working full-heartedly and really creating so much for the company that you're working for, but that may not be recognized by the company or by your boss or people that are around you, and that could create that could be a little bit self-defeating. It could create a feeling of not being appreciated, and even your motivation could be affected to keep going and doing and producing the way you want to produce. So that's the third reason that people want to be their own boss and create their own businesses. And the fourth thing is, you probably want to start living a purpose-driven life, okay? A lot of times, when you are working for someone else, you're basically working for someone else's dream. However, when you're working for yourself, you're working for your own dream. And I've talked about dreams yesterday on a different Facebook Live video. And living for your own dreams, or really fulfilling the dream that you have, the calling and purpose that you have, is really what gives you fulfillment in life. So in order for you to live for your own dream, then creating a business might be one way that you can accomplish it. So those are the reasons why people like to be in their business. Like, just being employed by someone else forever may not be really an option, and they would like to start their own businesses. However, I also see that a lot of people are very hesitant, and they really don't take action or make a decision on that thought. And I personally was in that position 3.5 years ago, actually 4 years prior to starting my own business. I've been thinking, like, all of these things that I just mentioned to you guys, I saw that that was true. And I always said, I need to own my own business. I need to start my own business. It was in my heart. But I didn't really act on it for 4 years, and that's very unfortunate. But I didn't really act on it. I had some thoughts, I had some ideas to do it. For a lot of people, and again, if you're watching this and you're employed by someone else, I believe that you can identify with what I'm saying here. It's not easy to transition from being an employee to being an employer or being in business, because being an employee kind of creates a mindset where safety is a big thing for you. You just want to be safe. You want to make sure that next month your check is coming and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to, all that, security, quote unquote security, is really a big thing when you're an employee. And when you're in business for yourself, you feel like you're going to miss that. So that's a scary territory to get in. But there's also a few things that can stop people from going into business while they want it. They have the desire, but they're not doing it. And the first thing could be, and this was part of my problem too, maybe you don't have an idea or what kind of business you want to be in. That could be one reason. You know the benefits of a business, but what's my passion? What do I want to do? What idea do I have? And a lot of times, people think, okay, what can I create? People think that they have to innovate in order for them to be in business. Or it could be like, you have an idea, you explored it, you researched it and everything, but then it costs a lot, and then you don't have the kind of capital that's needed to start a business. That could be a second reason. Or maybe you're not well informed, or you don't have enough knowledge of how to go about a specific business idea. And you could be overwhelmed by not having enough information. You could be lost. And that's very common, because unless someone is really guiding you, where do you get the information from? So, maybe you don't know how to get the information that you need in order for you to know how to go about it. That could be another reason. And then the fourth reason is maybe you're not 100% sure about your skills and in your ability to be successful in business. This could be a big one, because if you've never owned a business or operated a business, you've never had that experience before. Maybe what you did was you graduated from high school, went to college, started working for someone else, and all your life it was all about being an employee, and you've never done it before, so you don't know if you could be successful in business because you've never tried it. So there could be that fear of failure, or not knowing, or being 100% sure about your abilities. Those could be 4 reasons that stop people from even pursuing a business opportunity. All right, guys. So we're talking about things that can hinder people who want to be in business for themselves, and how they can overcome them today. So if you guys think that this is a valuable information, please go ahead and share it right now so that other people can watch it too. And I really do appreciate you guys for doing that. So what are some of the things that are helpful in this kind of situation? And again, a lot of the stuff that I talk about is really based on my own experience. One of the things that really helped me is I found a business opportunity that allows me to kind of overcome all those problems, at the same time thrive as a business owner and learn how to become a business owner as well. And that's what I want to talk about today. So there is actually an option that's really, really good for a person that's stuck that way. There's an option that's really, really good, because there are companies that are willing to license you, their service or product, to market, and you become a business owner that way. And what's helpful about that is that they will give you all the business building system that you need, which kind of makes it secure for you. And all you have to do is just market the product and services. So basically, it's a franchise-like business. However, it's a personal franchise. And there's a few things that are really good about it, and I want to mention at least 5 why this kind of model is very beneficial or attractive. Okay, number 1, there's a built-in business building system, which means that you don't have to create a system that is not tested, or that you will not be sure if whether or not it's going to fail or succeed. So there's a proven system that you can use to build a business. That's the number 1 reason why this is really good. And number 2, you really don't need employees to manage it. You don't have employees to manage in this type of business. And as we all know it, actually one of the things that the reasons why some businesses are very successful and some businesses are not is their ability to manage employees. I asked I have an aunt who lives in Illinois, and she's a very successful businesswoman. She has a daycare that's very well recognized and accredited by the accrediting parties there. Very, very well known daycare, and she just kept on growing the business. Now she serves about 300 kids in the daycare. And I asked a couple of people that are around her, and her as well. We talked a little bit and asked her, what's the key to your success? And her ability to make her employees happy is really the key to her success, because it's really, she has 70 plus employees. It's really impossible for her to succeed unless those employees are working the business as if it's their own business. And her ability to manage her employees and make them happy was a key to her success. And this is true in many, many companies. So if we don't have that skill going into business where we don't have to manage employees could be a great way to, because that risk of not being able to work with employees is going to be gone. And then the other thing is, especially when you start a new business, you're probably going to have, to spend or invest a lot of time when your employees don't show up, this happens, that happens. So the pressure is a lot on you. So it really elevates all that pressure when you don't have any employees. And then with the kind of business that we're talking about, there's also not going to be any overhead cost, okay? When you don't have an overhead cost, basically the risk is really minimized. There's the pressure for you to produce is also minimized. So it allows you to learn and grow without being so much pressured in it. And then the kind of business that we're talking about is also something that you could do part-time, which is really a great thing because, hi Jamal, it's really nice to see you here. So yeah, it's something that you could do part-time because we're talking about transitioning from an employee to becoming an entrepreneur with very little risk. And when you're doing that, you don't want to give up your day job or you don't want to give up your employment, but you want to start something part-time that can help you transition into full-time. So this gives you, if you can build a business on a very, very part-time basis, which is the time that you use to maybe watch TV or spend it on Facebook or just relax, is something that you can invest into a business that has a future. So that also is makes it very, very helpful. And then the fifth thing that I love the most about this type of business is also you get a lot of support, training, and mentorship in it. So it's pretty much, for me, it looks like it's almost like an employee. It's like you're not an employee, but it's almost like the system is set up as an employee, but it allows you to develop into being an entrepreneur. And when you have leadership and other people showing you what to do next, how to go about to create success, and mentoring you also to transition from an employee mindset, which is really big, huge difference between being an employee and an entrepreneur. And that growth process, when you have people supporting you, it makes everything easy. And in the process, you're definitely going to become an entrepreneur. So if that's the case, then how do you choose, and this, the next question is, how do you choose your product or service that you want to market when you're partnering with a company? What are the few things that you should look at? Okay, so number one, there's three things that I think everybody should look at. Number one is the credibility of the company. Okay, you want to make sure that the company is credible and is also a member of the right associations and has success history, because you don't want to, personally, I don't like to start with a company that's just starting today. I'd like to see if they're at least 5-year-old, because they've already passed the 5-year-old mark, which a lot of companies fail in less than 5 years. So that's, you want to see that this company is going to stay and it's not going to fail. So the credibility of the company is also very important. And the second thing is, just with credibility, you also want to take a look at the value of the company, the core value and mission of the company. Does that really align with you? Okay. Personally, for me, integrity is a big value, and I like to see that this company or whatever company that I'm choosing to partner with have integrity as their core value. So you want to look at the core value and personality of the company or the mission of the company and see if it aligns with you. And then the second thing you want to look at is there a market for the product or service that the company is offering? What is the opportunity like? Is the opportunity big enough that I can profit from it, or is the opportunity not there really? What's the market share? What is the market like? And all of that information, you definitely can get it from the company as well. So look at the opportunity. Personally, I think that, opportunities that are created when an industry is changing are great opportunities. The companies that go first in those kinds of situations are really benefit more. Like, for example, if you think about technology, when technology was being, was changing the industry of how we communicate, how we do business and things like that, the companies that thrived at that time, for example, Google and Facebook and Amazon, we know where they are right now. So changing industry creates an opportunity, and when you grab that opportunity, it's a great way to actually thrive. So for me, that's a big thing. So is there a market for it? That's the second thing you want to look at. And then the third thing is, what is the leadership and training like? Hi, Joni. Nice to see you all the way from London. Nice to see you here. So what's the leadership and training like? Are you going to get training and leadership support that you need in order for you to grow in that opportunity or in that business? So those are the three things that you want to look at when you're considering partnering with a company, which is the easiest and simplest way to get started in a business. And so what I love about this kind of approach to transition from being an employee to an entrepreneur is, even if you have a business idea, but if you are really not sure about your abilities, your skills, or the knowledge, the know-how, how you go about it and things like that, I really think this is a good place to start to develop your entrepreneurial skills, okay? Because you become more of you learn how businesses work, how to become a business owner. And there's so many things that we can describe in terms of things that you really need to learn from that are very different from being an employee. Number one, if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, you don't wait for something to happen. You go make things happen, Okay, you become very proactive. That's number one. Number two, you really need to learn how to market, because business is very simple. It's just marketing a service or a product to someone. That's really what business is all about. So you kind of need to learn and understand marketing. Personally, I really was scared of marketing before I started because I just didn't think that I had the skills for it. I didn't think I was prepared for it. And I also didn't think that, I didn't like marketing, period, because I didn't know what marketing was all about. So that's an entrepreneur skill that you need to develop if you want to be in business. And this kind of, the kind of business that I'm talking about allows you to actually learn and, develop those skills. And then also because you get mentorship and coaching in this kind of business, you start to identify your strength. You start to understand what your strengths are. You start to discover what your passion is. You also start to identify your goals. Hi, honey, how are you? Thanks. You think it's cool? Awesome. So those are the things that are going to be really helpful. So because of the mentorship and coaching that you get as well, that brings the best of you. The best of you starts to show up. So personally, I think it's a personal development vehicle that actually pays you. And you do this as you're earning. You're earning and you're making money, but at the same time, you're growing and being shaped into the entrepreneur that you need to become. So again, today what we talked about is if you are an employee and you always think about just getting started in business, but you're not sure what kind of business and you have these insecurities and uncertainties that you always feel, the best place to start is really to partner up with a company that will allow you that will license you to market their product or service and choose the right kind of company, and that will allow you to start becoming an entrepreneur in the process while you are owning your own business on a part-time basis. So that's pretty much what we're talking about. And if anybody is really interested to know more about the kind of business that I do, and if you guys want to have any conversations, I'll be more than happy to chat with you. Go ahead and send me a messenger, like a message on Messenger. But I want to tell you that the opportunity or the business that I have is only available in the United States, Alberta, Canada, and Japan. Any other places, unfortunately, it really doesn't exist. But if you guys have any kind of questions, though, I'll be more than happy to talk to you. So please go ahead and send me a message. And if you know someone or other people that might benefit from this kind of information as well, please go ahead and share this video, and I'll really do appreciate you. And that's about it for today, guys. Today we talked about business, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the falling leaves and everything as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a blessed day. God bless. Bye-bye.